Memory is a skill, not a gift. Let's get one thing straight. Japanese students aren't born with photographic memories. They're not genetically wired for academic dominance. They've simply mastered the art of learning. Their secret? A disciplined, strategic approach to memory that transforms ordinary minds into information-retaining machines. In Japan, education isn't about cramming. It's about cultivating habits that make learning second nature. From elementary school through university, students employ techniques that prioritize understanding over memorization, consistency over intensity, and active engagement over passive review. If you're tired of forgetting what you study, of rereading notes without retention, it's time to adopt the methods that have propelled Japanese students to the forefront of academic achievement. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Chapter 1. Embrace spaced repetition. One cornerstone of Japanese study habits is spaced repetition, a technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals to cement it into long-term memory. Instead of binge studying, Japanese students revisit material over days or weeks, allowing the brain to reinforce neural connections. Tools like Anki, a flashcard program utilizing spaced repetition algorithms, are popular among learners aiming to emulate this method. By scheduling reviews just before you're likely to forget, Anki ensures that information moves from short-term to long-term memory efficiently. Action step: start using a spaced repetition system. Create flashcards for the material you want to learn and schedule reviews over time. Consistency is key. Daily review sessions, even if brief, are more effective than sporadic, lengthy ones. Chapter 2. Practice active recall. Passive reading is a trap. Japanese students excel by engaging in active recall, testing themselves on the material rather than merely rereading it. This could involve covering up notes and reciting information, teaching the content to someone else, or answering practice questions without looking at the answers. Active recall forces the brain to retrieve information, strengthening memory pathways and enhancing retention. It's a method that transforms studying from a passive activity into an interactive challenge. Action step: after studying a topic, close your materials and write down everything you remember. Then, check for accuracy. This process not only highlights areas needing improvement, but also reinforces what you've learned. Chapter 3. Utilize mnemonic devices. Mnemonics are memory aids that help in encoding information through associations. Japanese students often use mnemonics to remember complex kanji characters or vocabulary. By creating stories or images linked to the material, they make abstract information more concrete and memorable. For instance, the kanji for tree, mu, can be visualized as a tree with branches, making it easier to recall. Such associations turn rote memorization into creative exercises. Action step: when encountering difficult material, create a vivid image or story that links the information to something familiar. The more personal and imaginative, the better. Chapter 4. Implement the Feynman technique. Named after physicist Richard Feynman, this technique involves explaining a concept in simple terms as if teaching it to someone else. Japanese students often study in groups, discussing and teaching each other to reinforce understanding. By articulating ideas in your own words, you identify gaps in knowledge and deepen comprehension. It's a method that transforms passive knowledge into active mastery. Action step: after studying a topic, write a simple explanation as if teaching it to a beginner. If you struggle, revisit the material until you can convey it clearly and concisely. Chapter 5. Maintain consistent study habits. Consistency trumps intensity. Japanese students adhere to regular study schedules, integrating learning into their daily routines. This habitual approach ensures steady progress and prevents burnout. Short, focused study sessions are more effective than marathon cramming. By studying a little each day, information is reinforced continuously, leading to better retention. Action step: establish a daily study routine. Even 30 minutes a day can lead to significant improvements over time. Use this time for reviewing flashcards, practicing active recall, or teaching the material to someone else. Chapter 6. Create a distraction. Free environment. Japanese students often study in environments designed to minimize distractions. Libraries, study rooms, or designated areas at home provide spaces where focus is paramount. Eliminating distractions allows for deeper concentration and more effective study sessions. It's about creating an atmosphere where the mind can fully engage with the material. Action step: designate a specific area for studying. Keep it tidy, free from electronic distractions, and stocked with necessary materials. This physical separation signals to your brain that it's time to focus. Chapter 7. Incorporate interleaved practice. Interleaving involves mixing different topics or subjects during study sessions, rather than focusing on one area exclusively. Japanese students apply this by alternating between subjects, which enhances problem-solving skills and adaptability. This technique prevents the mind from becoming complacent and encourages active engagement with the material. Action step: plan study sessions that include multiple subjects or topics. For example, study math for 20 minutes, then switch to language learning, and then to science. This variety keeps the brain engaged and improves overall learning. Chapter 8. Engage in regular self-assessment. Japanese students frequently assess their understanding through quizzes and practice tests. This self-evaluation identifies weak areas and reinforces learning through retrieval practice. Regular testing not only measures progress, but also strengthens memory by forcing the brain to recall information. Action step: after studying, take a short quiz or write down key points from memory. Review the results to identify areas needing further study. Chapter 9. Prioritize sleep and well-being. Adequate sleep is crucial for memory consolidation. Japanese students recognize the importance of rest in the learning process. Sleep allows the brain to process and store information acquired during the day. Neglecting rest can impair cognitive functions, making studying less effective. Action step: ensure you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Avoid all-night study sessions, as they can be counterproductive. A well-rested mind is more capable of learning and retaining information. Chapter 10. Cultivate a growth mindset. Japanese students often approach learning with a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This perspective fosters resilience and a love for learning. Embracing challenges and viewing failures as opportunities to grow leads to continuous improvement. Action step: reflect on your learning experiences. When faced with difficulties, focus on the progress made and the lessons learned. Celebrate improvements, no matter how small, to stay motivated. Conclusion. Transform your learning approach. Remembering everything like Japanese students isn't about innate talent. It's about adopting effective strategies and maintaining discipline. By implementing spaced repetition, active recall, mnemonic devices, and consistent study habits, you can enhance your memory and learning capabilities. It's time to move beyond passive studying. Embrace these techniques and transform your approach to learning. With dedication and the right methods, you can achieve academic excellence and retain information with ease.